Welcome to Boost Your Business English, the podcast that helps you communicate with confidence in the workplace. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Alex. Welcome to episode 7. Today we're diving into a topic that can cause sweaty palms for even the most fluent English speakers, the business phone call.
Oh, absolutely. There's no body language to read, the connection can be bad, and you feel this immense pressure to understand everything instantly.
Exactly. It's a unique skill. But the good news is, it's a skill you can learn and master with the right tools and phrases.
And that's what we're here for. We're going to break it all down, from answering the phone to saying goodbye, and give you practical, easy-to-use phrases that work every time.
So, let's set the scene. You're at your desk, you're focused, and suddenly the phone rings. What's the best way to answer, Chloe?
The key is clarity and professionalism. You want to give the caller all the essential information in one go. A great template to follow is greeting, company name, your name, and then an offer of help.
Right. So, something like, "Good afternoon, Summit Solutions. Alex speaking. How may I help you?"
That's perfect. It's polite, efficient, and professional. And I have a secret tip for sounding more friendly. Smile before you speak. I know it sounds silly, but people can actually hear a smile in your voice. It makes your tone warmer.
That's a great tip. Okay, now let's flip it. What if we are the ones making the call? The pressure's on to make a good first impression.
It is. The principle is the same. Be clear and direct. Start by introducing yourself fully. Hello, my name is Chloe Peters, and I'm calling from Bright Spark Learning.
Stating your full name and company builds immediate credibility. Then, you need to state your purpose. In fact, let's do a quick role play. I'll call you. Ring, 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 ring.
Good morning, Global Exports. Chloe speaking.
Hello, Chloe. This is Alex Carter from Innovate Tech. I'm calling about the invoice I received yesterday. Could I speak to someone in the finance department, please?
Of course. One moment, please. And scene. See? Simple, polite, and effective.
Using could I or may I is always a polite way to ask for something. It's much softer and more professional than saying, "I want to speak to John Smith."
Okay, so we've opened the call beautifully, but now we're in the middle of the conversation, and this is where things can get tricky. What if you don't understand something, Alex?
This is the #1 fear for many learners. But remember this, native speakers ask for clarification all the time. It is not a sign of bad English. It's a sign of good communication.
That is so true. So please, don't just pretend to understand. You have a few great phrases you can use. The simplest is, "I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that."
Another good one is, "Could you say that again, please?" Or if the problem is the other person's speed, you can absolutely ask, "I'm sorry, could you speak a little more slowly, please?"
And for critical information like names, reference numbers, or email addresses, be direct. "Would you mind spelling that for me, please?" Or "Could you repeat that reference number for me?" It's always better to check.
Right. Now, what about another common situation? Needing to put someone on hold to find information.
Yes, and the golden rule here is never leave them in silence. It's confusing and can feel quite rude. Always announce what you are doing.
Exactly. You can say, "Just a moment, please. I'll pull up your file." Or, "Do you mind holding for a moment while I check with my manager?"
And if you need to transfer them, it's the same principle. Narrate the action. "The person you need to speak to is in our sales department. I'll put you through now. Please hold."
This manages their expectations perfectly. Okay, let's cover a big one. Taking a message. The person they want isn't available.
"I'm afraid David is away from his desk at the moment. May I take a message?"
Step 3. Get the essential information. That's the name, company, contact number, and the message itself.
And the final, most important step is confirmation. Let's do another quick role play. Alex, you want to speak to our colleague Maria, but she's not here.
Okay. Hello, could I speak to Maria Garcia, please?
"I'm afraid Maria is in a meeting until lunchtime. Would you like to leave a message?"
Yes, please. My name is Alex Carter from Innovate Tech. My number is 5550199, and could you ask her to call me back regarding the project proposal?
Of course. So that's Alex Carter from Innovate Tech. Your number is 5550199, and you'd like her to call you about the project proposal. Is that all correct?
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll make sure she gets the message. See? Confirming everything makes the caller feel confident their message will be delivered correctly.
That was brilliant. And if you want to make sure you get all our brilliant advice, this is a perfect time to subscribe to boost your business English. Just tap that follow or subscribe button in your app.
We're on the home stretch now. We've managed the call, we've taken messages. Now, how do we end the call without being awkward?
It's all about signaling the end. A great way to start wrapping up is to summarize the call or the next action item. For instance, great, so I'll send you that email by 3 p.m. today.
That's a clear signal that the conversation is concluding. Then you can add a final check like, was there anything else I could help you with today?
If the answer is no, then you move to the final pleasantries. Something like, thank you for your time. Have a good day.
And finally, the goodbye. Goodbye, or a slightly less formal bye for now, works perfectly. So let's recap the main points for the entire call.
Chloe, we've covered live conversations, but what about when you get someone's voicemail? It can be tempting to just hang up, but leaving a professional message is crucial. First, a clear, confident opening. Greeting, company, name, and an offer of help.
Second, don't be afraid to use those clarification phrases. It's professional, not a weakness.
Third, always communicate what you're doing, whether you're putting someone on hold, transferring them, or taking that all-important message.
And finally, end with a clear summary of the next action and a polite closing.
Follow those steps and you'll be fine. A friend of mine once ended a very serious call with a new client by saying, "Okie dokie, bye-bye," because she got flustered. That's a fantastic summary, Chloe. But what about when things go wrong? We've all been there. A bad connection, a misunderstanding, or even a caller who is upset or angry. How do we handle those pressure situations gracefully?
Oh no, what did the client do? That's an excellent and very important question, Alex. This is where truly great business communication skills shine. The absolute first step, no matter what the problem is to stay calm. If you get flustered, the situation will only get worse.
Luckily, he just laughed and said, "Okie dokie," right back. But it's a good lesson in having a few professional closing lines ready in your mind so you don't panic.
A very good lesson indeed. And that's all the time we have for today on Boost Your Business English.
We hope these tips and phrases help you feel much more prepared for your next call. Remember that practice makes perfect, so maybe try role-playing with a friend.
And one last time, if this episode was helpful to you, please subscribe or follow us. We have a fantastic episode coming up next on mastering professional emails, and you won't want to miss it.
Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Alex.
And I'm Chloe. Speak to you next time.